reading. These are from the Science of Mind magazines. They're just not the daily guides for this month, as some of you probably know. I was thumbing through several issues, and then in the, let me see, the January issue, I found it's a every other month piece. It's called Light from the Language of Jesus. It's by someone who's very familiar with Aramaic. He's called Rocco Errico. And I don't know if his native language was Aramaic, but anyway, he's fluent in Aramaic. So he often digs back in to, for instance, the Bible in Aramaic and so on. And then he comes up and says, well, in Aramaic, this is how it would be expressed, or a translation from this, normally translated from Aramaic, actually means this. So anyway, I like this one. It's actually part one of a two-part series. The two-part series will be coming shortly, but not today. Sacred Powers of Your Heart, Part 1. In Aramaic, the word for heart is liba. The heart in Semitic languages, i.e. Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, and so on, refers to the central core of moral, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual forces of life in every individual. It also means mind and consciousness. Physically, it embraces the brain, the heart, the spinal column, and the intestines. When Jesus taught and spoke to the people, he acknowledged and he called upon their inner sacred powers of the heart. Doctrines and dogmas just do not have the potency to awaken these hallowed forces of the heart. So, what are these sacred powers? Well, we turn to the teaching of Jesus that we have called the Beatitudes. The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 1 through 3, open with the following. Now, when Jesus saw the crowds, he went up to the mountain. And when he sat down, his disciples came close to him. Then he opened his mouth and was teaching them. Blissful are they, the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. I know most of you are very familiar with that, or something similar in translation. Jesus acknowledges and confirms one of the powers of the heart, the poor in spirit, which is an Aramaic expression of speech referring to those who are surrendered to God, the unassuming and the poor in pride. I never heard that one before, but it makes sense, right? In other words, there were some disciples who were drawn near to him, who were gentle and had surrendered to God. So he confirmed their state of being as that of blissfulness, utter joy, and delight. The actual word in Aramaic that is often translated as blessed, in the Beatitudes that is to weion, which means a happy, delighted state of mind. When one's mind is completely surrendered, it's not competitive, but it's in a spirit of harmony. This is one of the powers of your heart. People often believe that we have to die to get to heaven, but Jesus taught that the unassuming state of the heart, in parentheses, mind, is heaven. Quote, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven, unquote. And that means you are now in God's counsel, that is, in God's domain. And you can translate that pretty well any way you want. If you're religious and spiritual, you're going to translate it one way as God, Spirit, the whole overarching thing. But if you're not, then you're going to translate it as just putting your ego at one side and just allowing yourself to not be governed by all the competing forces in the outside world, and to just, go with the flow, as it were. So anyway, that's my offering for today. Reverend Lisa will be back with Living the Science of Mind tomorrow. I tell you, it's good. It's easy for her because, and I'm not saying it will be easy for me as well, because it's divided up into really easy chunks to actually devour. So that's pretty good. Then I'll be back hopefully at 5 tomorrow. Not 6:37 like tonight. I apologize. I was up there. I was shopping and it just dragged on. And then one of my friends who I go shopping with, like mostly grocery shopping, got delayed for like 45, 50 minutes trying to mail a parcel to Australia. So anyway, next sum is I was late. And yep, I know I'm often late. I apologize, folks. But anyway, tune in tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Reverend Lisa will be here. No, she will be on Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page live at around about 9:15 tomorrow morning. And I will be back tomorrow on whatever channel you see me on. So until next time. Oh yeah, please give us a like. And if you like messages like this, which are uplifting, then please pass them on. Please repost them. You do us a wonderful favor when you repost them. I know it takes a bit of effort, but please do it. Until next time. Namaste.